Yo, what's up? It's Greg Santos. Welcome to episode number 60 of CEO Life. You're the CEO of your life, whether you want to be or not. What's up, you bad motherfucker? Today is motherfucking Friday. Excuse me. I just ate some Jersey Mike, so I'm burping up my food right now. Fucking disgusting, right? Whatever, who cares? You know, we're all human, okay? You can forgive me for being human, can't you? You're human too, motherfucker. Unless you're like a dolphin watching this. Wouldn't that be a trip? I'm getting off topic. But this week was a particularly challenging week for me. There's one quote I want to start off with, and that one of my mentors, he said, a champion is a person, or a champion or a professional, whatever, is someone who gets shit done no matter what mood they're in. A champion values his long-term outcomes way more than their short-term emotions. So what does that mean? Well, a champion, say they know they need to practice, or they know they need to work out or study, and let's say they may not be in the mood, or it's not necessarily convenient for them to do it, or maybe they have to sacrifice something, maybe a party, maybe a birthday, maybe hanging out with some friends, or what, something to that degree. What the professional or the champion would do is say, listen, I can't fucking do these other things. Like, I'm thinking more long term as far as what I want to do, and I have to sacrifice this other thing. So I may not be in the mood to do it, but I'm gonna fucking do it. And this week was a challenging week for me in particular because I had listened to my short term emotions way more often than I should have. I find myself making decisions that led to an easier path, that was more comforting, and I just decided not to do what I should be doing, or maybe I should be working on my website, and I find myself on social media for 30 minutes, an hour, and just bullshitting, sending texts or looking at memes and fucking wasting my time. And today I was at work, and the thing with my job is I sell digital marketing to real estate agents. And all week I've been telling myself, all right, dude, you're going to do 100 calls today. You're going to do 100 calls. And I think my first day on the phones was actually Tuesday. And no, Wednesday. Must have been Wednesday. Wednesday was my first day on the phones. And I came up short. I did 60 calls. And I listened to my emotions. I said, no, this is really challenging. This is tough. And I decided not to go through with it. I told myself, you know what? 60 is good enough. Hold on, let me see. Okay. I told myself 60 calls is good enough. And so I decided to go home with that thought. 60 calls is good enough. Coming Thursday, I make 62 calls. And I say, hey, you know what? That's fine. I did 60 calls. At least I did more than yesterday, right? Still not my goal of 100 calls. Today I came into work and I wasn't necessarily in the best mood. I needed to meditate, so I make sure I meditated while I was at work before I started my calls. It focused me for a bit. I was able to knock out maybe 10 to 15 calls. And then I find myself getting distracted. I find myself going on social media. I find myself in my head just thinking things that are just like bitch ass thoughts. Like, I don't want to feel like doing this, or like this is like I have such a long way to go. I just need to get through these calls. I'm saying these just bitch ass behavior, just kind of like shit to myself, and I'm not feeling my best. And I'm just telling myself, like, fuck this, like, fuck your mood, dude, just work. Just dive in and fucking work. And I'm taking breaks, and then I'm going outside and listening to music to try to regroup myself, and I'm just in my head. And it's probably like around 2 o'clock. I think I have like 60 or 55 or 50 calls under my belt, right? And I was thinking to myself, am I going to hit 100? Am I going to do 100? I think once I hit the 50th call, I was like, I think I can do 100, but am I going to? I don't know. So I get to 60, right? And on the 60th call, I had a choice in my head. I was like, okay, I can either go out and take a break and be happy that I made the 60th call. Like, okay, I'm good. I can cruise from here. Or instead of just pausing, I'm just going to keep going. So I decided to keep going because I know if I stopped my momentum, I would fucking lose track. Or I mean, I would just keep on with this pattern and I wouldn't be able to just continually fight. So maybe around 65 calls, I took a break. And I know it's not much, but it was just enough like to train my brain like when I feel like stopping, that I keep going. So I take a little break and then I end up making it to 80 calls. And I was like, fuck, I made it to 80 calls. And then I was like, okay, all right, motherfucker, like 80 fucking calls, like it's go time, dude. We're gonna do 100 calls, okay? So it must have been like shit, maybe 3:30, right? I'm off of work at 5, and I'm like, okay, I just gotta make 20 more calls. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but when you're in your head and you don't want to work and you're afraid when people answer, they might hang up on your face or you might get rejected or anything can fucking happen, right? Most of the time it's not a positive response, so it's not something exciting to look forward to when someone actually does answer their phone. And then come like 85 calls, I said, you know what, fuck this, dude. I'm gonna fucking do 100. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna do 5 more. I'm gonna do 105 calls. I know my goal is 100, but you know what? How you do anything is how you do everything. If I do 105 calls, I'm telling myself that whenever I achieve my goals, I don't just stop at my goal. I keep going. I go a little bit past my goal. So I did the 105 calls today and it felt fucking amazing. The key lesson I want to bring home here today is we all go through challenges in our life. It can be so challenging to go and do things that are difficult to do but are beneficial for us in the long term. We choose to listen to our short-term emotions more frequently than we think about our long-term outcomes. It's just human nature for us to take the path of least resistance over and over and over again, and we have to train ourselves over a long period of time, and it's always a challenge to go for what the fuck you want no matter what mood you're in. So we might find spurts in our life where we're doing great and then we fall off, and then we're doing great and we fall off. This is called contraction and expansion. Now the thing is, sometimes we find ourselves in these things or times of expansion, and then we contract. But the thing is, we contract for way too long. We contract for weeks, we contract for months, sometimes we even contract for years. Some people contract for the rest of their life. Some people never grow, and that's fucking terrifying to think about. Someone who stays stagnant, someone who's 67 years old, 80 years old, and it has made no progress, and they let fear rule their lives, or they never went out for it. The thing is, when you find yourself in expansion, that's great. Keep it up and just fucking push through it. But once you fall off the horse, once you find yourself in contraction, you want to minimize those times in contraction as much as possible. So I fell off for about 3 or 4 days, and now I'm getting right back on that horse. Like, well, I can't let too much time pass by. I'm back on here. Let's go, baby. Waking up at 4:30 in the morning. Let's get it. Let's work out early. Let's meditate. Let's journal. Let's clean our room. Let's make sure everything's good. It's tough. Listen, I had a challenging week. The shit was hard, but I'm getting back on the horse. If you find yourself off the horse right now, if you find yourself in a phase of contraction, it's time to get back up. You have to start right now. Fucking today. Today. Do not wait for tomorrow. Do something. One thing that is productive. One thing that you've been putting off for a long period of time. Just do that. Just focus on doing that one thing for one day. Just think, make that one phone call, clean your room that you've been procrastinating on doing, or apply for some jobs. Just do one thing. And the next day, just do one more other thing. The thing is, and now, like in today's day and age, you want to do everything in such a short period of time. You want to get everything done. But that's not how it works. You really, truly have to get better 1% every single day. And to be honest with you, as time's going by, I'm starting to realize it's actually, you're getting like less than 1% better each and every single day. You're getting like a fraction of a percentage better every single day. But that little fraction of a percentage, just every single day compounded over a long period of time, you're going to be exponentially in an exponentially better place in the future by doing those things than you would have been if you didn't do those things. So as seemingly insignificant and small these things might be in the short term, they're going to make all the difference in the long term. You're not going to see any kind of instant gratification. One day you're going to look up and you're like, wow, I've actually come a long way. And you'll be like, wow. And you're going to be a little bit reminiscent of how far you've come and how much you've grown as a person. So think about that. If you're off the fucking horse, let's take some kind of fucking action. Let's get better. Let's smash our goals and let's do a little bit more than what we wanted to do. But let's start off by doing one simple little thing to get us back on that horse. Thank you for watching. You are some bad motherfuckers. Thank you. If you like my podcast, make sure you subscribe. Also, I have a vlog. My vlog channel is Greg Biscuit. Greg Biscuit is a vlog channel that I made many years ago. So you can see my progression of my character over the years, before I had glasses, before I started getting to personal development, the kind of person that I was, and to who I've become now and who I strive to become later on in the future. So if you want to follow me on my journey and me actually applying the concepts that I'm teaching you in my podcast, if you want to see me actually live those out throughout my week, you can follow my vlog and you can get a lot more insight into my life. Hey, again, thank you for watching. You are the CEO of your life, whether you want to be or not. Go out there and fucking crush it.